Hey, what's going on, good people? Welcome to Russ Can Fly. Why do I make YouTube videos and why I will never turn my cameras off? 3 reasons. Let's go. All right, this video was inspired by a comment I received on my video where I talked about being scared during takeoff. And one of the things that I found that was interesting is that I really loved what the person said in terms of the instruction they gave me in the comment about some of the things I should think about, flying with another instructor, all of that kind of stuff. All of that was completely relevant and well received. What I found interesting and what really kind of rubbed me the wrong way is in the next part of the comment, they talked about turning my cameras off and just focusing on flying. And I thought, okay, I understand what you're getting at, but pretty much what you're trying to say is, hey, listen, you're too worried about making YouTube videos or entertainment value and not focusing on flying. And I thought, I take issue with that. Yes, everything else that was said was probably relevant, but turning my cameras off, well, that would get rid of 3 reasons why I make YouTube videos in the first place. So let's get to the reasons why I make YouTube videos and why I am not going to turn my cameras off. Number 1, I make aviation YouTube videos to learn. Now, if you don't think that I'm telling the truth there, just go all the way back to the beginning. The whole reason why I started this YouTube journey was to not only show what I was doing to other people, but to show myself what I was doing to me. I am a visual learner. I always have been, always will be. There are some people who do very well in just reading books and digesting material. They can look at a diagram and it speaks to them and all of that kind of stuff. For the most part, I can get some of the information, or the information that I get can be influenced by what I read, but the majority of what I learn in terms of really digesting and understanding is through experience and through visualization. If I can't really see what I'm doing or what I'm doing wrong, it's difficult for me to do it, you know, just like mental leap, like this mental gymnastics. I can't tell you the amount of times that I've come to Wings Field and was flying with my certified flight instructor, Manish, and only to get in the airplane and even something like the run-up. First time I did a run-up, I was absolutely terrified because one, we're, you know, giving some throttle to the engine and it was noisy to me. I wasn't used to that propeller spinning and the RPMs kicking up, and so it was alarming. So my mind was occupied with that alarm. The other thing is the wind was kind of coming at the airplane, and so because of the fact that the propeller was trying to create some thrust and there was some wind, the airplane was actually kind of moving and rocking a little bit. That moving and rocking was very alarming to somebody who was a neophyte to all of this kind of stuff. So when you go through the rest of the run-up, I can't remember what he said. It was something about turning the key and mags and turn the switch and blah, blah, blah. And I really just was so lost in this, just overwhelmed and oversaturated with a lot of information. But one of the things I was able to do after the flight is I was able to pull those same cameras down, download the information, and as I was editing to the video, I could actually pay attention to what Manish was saying rather than what my body was telling me about, you know, you need to get the hell out of here, or what my brain was trying to do in terms of like, why, this is so noisy. What am I doing? Why am I in this small cockpit? Man, it's hot in here. I could sit there, watch what was happening, watch what he was doing and saying, watch what I was doing in response to that. And I gotta tell you, the next time I got in the cockpit, I knew a piece of what to do the next time. And the cool thing is those pieces then built on themselves. So as I continue to do, you know, the different things in terms of the run-up, then I knew, oh, 2 clicks to the right, right mag, back to both, one click to the left mag, back to both. And the reason why I was able to say that like automatically then is because, again, I got to watch myself do it. And yes, there's a checklist and all that kind of stuff, and I could read what it was, and I do use reading to buttress what I learned. But again, remember, I am a visual learner. So I was able to watch what was happening. So rather than just talking about what was happening in the classroom or reading about what was happening in the classroom being the cockpit, I was actually able to watch and visualize what was happening in the classroom. So the next time there were any distractions about, man, it's kind of loud in here and all this kind of stuff, I had already had a good idea about what to do because I was able to see visually what happened. So yes, these YouTube videos actually helped me to learn, and it was true for every flight lesson going forward. And so because of that, no, I'm not going to turn my cameras off. These videos help me to learn. Number 2, the other reason why I make YouTube videos is because it creates community. One of the things that I love, and I heard this years ago, probably I was about 15, 16, I heard one of the Supreme Court justice talk about, and I can't remember if it was Justice Brennan or who it was exactly, but one of the things that they said is they talked about this concept of marketplace of ideas. As soon as I heard that, it resonated with me. The reason why that resonated with me so much is because the thing I love about human beings is our need and a profound ability to create community. And the thing that happens in community is that everybody in that community is better because folks get to sow into it by providing their ideas, especially if there's a goal that needs to be accomplished or there's a problem that needs to be solved. And so this idea of having a marketplace of ideas is wonderful because now you've got options that you can choose from. So just imagine you're trying to figure something out and you're doing it all on your own and all that kind of stuff. You may figure it out, but two things are going to happen. You may not find the best idea, number one, and number two, it's a lonely existence to be by yourself, to not kind of test things out on people or not being able to interact with somebody about a particular idea. So because of that, I love the fact that these videos have created this community where I do get this amazing feedback from this community that this YouTube journey and these YouTube videos create. It is clear to me that I am such a better pilot, and I think I have been able to fly fairly safely being a low-time pilot because of all the amazing wisdom I get from each of you. That's why I always try to, as much as I can, to respond to every comment that I get, because one, you guys all take the time to watch the videos, and then two, you take even more time to provide comments, which is amazing. And a lot of times you will see somebody will provide a comment, somebody may respond to that comment, and then that next comment will come in and it will agree that the first comment that was made, the clarification that was given, and the support of the other third comment was given. Now we've got, you know, wisdom that now I get to benefit from, and everybody else who is part of this community. So just imagine, if you will, if I decide to just start turning these cameras off and not provide these videos and not provide this sense of community, I would be lost. I mean, yes, I mean, I understand that, you know, there's times where people could see this as a distracting endeavor. And of course, we've seen other aviation YouTubers where that has definitely been an issue. I definitely try to make sure that this is something that happens as ancillary to the main purpose of why I get in the cockpit of one of these airplanes. And the main purpose being flying, learning, flying safe, and all of that kind of stuff. But as a benefit, I get to put this piece of technology in, let it do what it's going to do. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I have to weave things together because the camera decides to turn off. But even when that's the case, it's still better to have something to provide to the community, to react to respond. And to me, it is worth it. So no, I am not going to turn these cameras off because I love the fact that this YouTube channel and these YouTube videos create an amazing community. That includes all the ones who have to give me some tough love every now and then. I welcome it. But what I will not do is I will not turn these cameras off, because I think it will then put that community in jeopardy, and there may be a loss of benefit from somebody. Let me back up and say this. Imagine, if you will, I decided not to post that video about the takeoff that scared me. Somebody was going to have a similar experience, but it just so happens that they saw this video, they saw some of the mistakes I made, and yes, I'm transparent about the fact that, look, I'm a low-time pilot and I am going to make some mistakes, but the thing about it is I'm willing to put those things out there and to be transparent about some of the things I'm doing, because I do get the benefit from this community and from the feedback that I get. Now imagine somebody doesn't get a chance to see that video. They don't get a chance to benefit from all the wise counsel I received on that video, and then they go out and get into a stall spin because they haven't had a chance to see that video or other videos that talk about that situation. That would be the thing that would suck, to not be able to benefit from that part of the community, and I think that would be a shame. So yeah, I'm not turning these cameras off because my community is too important to me, period. And finally, number 3, the reason why I won't turn these cameras off and I make these YouTube videos is to potentially inspire others. One of the things that I will say about the aviation YouTube community, I have been inspired by so many of the folks who also call themselves aviation YouTubers. And I gotta tell you, there were times where I would watch YouTube videos while I was out here at Wings training to become a pilot, and I thought I wanted to give up and this sucks, and I kind of hate this. You know, those times where the weather's not cooperating, or planes aren't available, or CFI gets sick, or, you know, you're in that hour where it's like the 100 hours about to happen. You know, I mean, and it just got to be so heavy sometimes. And it was you, the aviation YouTuber, who pulled me out of that funk, out of that potential decision to quit. Well, I stand in those shoes as well. If there is just one person who either A, starts an aviation journey, B, continues an aviation journey, or 3, finishes an aviation journey, because when they thought they couldn't do it, just one word, one phrase, one video kind of brought it home for them, and they brought their aviation journey across the finish line, then this whole journey would have met its goal. The meat of this thing is inspiration. Just imagine if there's some young boy or young girl who's on YouTube, 5, 6, 10, 13, whatever. They stumble upon any aviation YouTuber, be it me or any of my other colleagues out there, and it plants a seed in them that they too can come out here, get into one of these airplanes, begin flight training, and themselves become a licensed pilot. You know, that's just amazing. And then imagine if that seed is then watered by watching other aviation videos and seeing people do, you know, flights and stuff like that. And then imagine if that then leads to them being able to link into a particular pilot or a particular flight school. Are you kidding me? To me, that's a no-brainer. And so for me, there's no way, given we could have the next pilot, the next fighter pilot, the next astronaut, you know, just name it. All because, you know, a few of us, or a few hundred of us, or a few thousands of us decided that we wanted to go on record and show ourselves what is possible when just regular, ordinary, normal people decide that they want to do this thing called flying. So, no, I'm not turning these cameras off because I believe the potential is too important to potentially miss out on an amazing opportunity. So that's it. And you know, I am unapologetic about my YouTube journey in concert with my piloting journey, and I'm going to stand steadfast on the premise that my aviation journey will always have with it a component of the YouTube journey as well. And again, I will say this: if you ever see me compromise safety because, you know, I'm reaching for a camera or something like that, then, you know, certainly you have every right to say something to me, full stop. And that's just what I'm willing to stand on. So I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for watching this video, watching all the videos, taking time to comment. It is greatly appreciated. All right, that's it. Russ Kid, Russ Can Fly. I'm out. My cameras are staying on. Peace.